Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're reviewing the Highlanders. And I did watch the loose cannon Telesnap Reconstruction, although I'm not sure which one, if it was their original one or their second one. But I enjoyed it. The first two episodes I kind of had trouble adjusting. It's kind of hard to get through some reconstructions sometimes, but by episodes 3 and 4, I don't know if those were just done better or if I just adjusted to it, but I found myself enjoying it a lot more in 3 and 4. Maybe there's just more going on. I've read the target novel for this, but it's nice hearing the audio side of it, kind of how the actors are performing their roles with their voices, and kind of what they're saying and how they're saying it. Troughton is great in it. I love him doing the German doctor. I like the fact he keeps that facade up across the whole story, unlike, say, Tennant in Tooth and Claw, when he forgets partway through it, he's supposed to be doing a Scottish accent. Troughton's on it the whole way here. The Telesnap Reconstruction does do a good job, especially in part 4, of getting across a lot of the action stuff that's going on, especially the fight once the fight breaks out on the ship. That's a really clever plan the Doctor has of sneaking the weapons in kind of through the cannon ports to all the Scotsmen and having them pretend like they're asleep while the Doctor lures the main villains, antagonist of the story, down into, I'm guessing, the cargo hold or whatever that area is. It's a really clever plan. I love the second Doctor because I love that Troughton will just lie his tail off with abundance when he has to get what he needs. Rule 1, the Doctor lies. Troughton will definitely... He cons that lawyer guy a couple of really good times in the story. First with the standard, the little flag thing. And then again here in episode 4 with the ring. So he basically plays on the man's greed. As he said in part 3, he's using the ring as bait to trap a very greedy man. I love the way he does that line. So I actually like that plan. It's a clever plan, and the fact that the Doctor executes it perfectly. And the action scenes, just going from the audio and the telesnaps, look like they must have been pretty good. I actually did enjoy that part. And then I like the part at the end when the lawyer guy kind of gets his comeuppance, and the other guy that Polly had kind of been blackmailing kind of turns out to be a pretty good guy, with obviously a little soft spot for Polly. I did enjoy him kind of doing the right thing at the end. This is all perfectly legal. I've got papers. And then when he goes to show the papers, the lawyer, the papers aren't there. I love the dialogue there, like when the Doctor's like, papers? I didn't see any papers. Didn't you see papers? No, I didn't see any papers. Jamie, and even Jamie's called on. He's like, no, papers? No. I love the way Frasier does that. Papers? No. And when he can't find them, the Doctor's like, what a shame. I just love it. Such a shame. Isn't that what he said? Such a shame. I love the way he does that line. Such a shame. I love Troughton in this. Just from the audio, his performance, and the telesnaps. He wears a lot of hats in this. I never really think of the second Doctor as wearing hats. I know he wears that one hat briefly in Power. He's got a lot of different hats on in the telesnaps I enjoy. So it's nice to see the lawyer get his comeuppance. And I did like when Perkins turned on him at the end, and Perkins like, hey, Highlanders, I'll go with y'all. And he snaps his fingers in front of the lawyer's face. I like that. I like that Perkins kind of got his a little bit, to the lawyer. I enjoy that. Troughton gets to wear so many disguises in this. He's pretending to be the German doctor. He's pretending to be the old lady. He's pretending to be the British soldier at the beginning of this episode with the fake mustache. I like how in the telesnape scene kind of pull it off and put it back. I just love, it's interesting because it's usually the master who's like the master of disguise, especially Delgado's master. So it's kind of just goes to show, again, how the Doctor and the Master can be two sides of the same coin, because even the Master can be, or even the Doctor can be the Doctor of disguise. So it's nice to see him just playing so many different roles in this, or different types of character roles he's doing here. Troughton's such a good character actor. And it's nice to see the other Scottish girl with Kristen, or Kirsten, kind of grow as a character. I really noticed that more with the Target novelization, but I do like that she kind of comes into her own. She gets a little more backbone from hanging out with Polly. I really like. Yeah, I really like this. I really wish this story existed, because having read the novel and watched the Reconstruction, I really enjoy it. It's got such a good balance. Like, modern shows like to have this type of balance, where you got the dialogue stuff that moves the plot along, but you got a lot of action stuff going on, some nice location work from the telesnaps, but you got a lot of humor in this story too. There's a lot of really funny, humorous bits in this story that I've talked about, throughout the reviews, that I really like. So I really wish this one still existed, honestly. It's a lot of fun, and it reminds me why I like historicals. I tend to like pure historicals. I've learned, having watched so much more of the Hartnell era, that I really like the pure historicals, when the Doctor and the companions are just kind of there, and then they just kind of have to get out. They're not leaving a big impact on history. Matter of fact, the Doctor's usually trying not to interfere with history at this point. They're just kind of there. They get caught up in events, and then they try to get out. It's not an alien presence that the Doctor has to save the world or something like, so many pseudo-historicals are. And, pseudo-historicals are fine. But it just gets old. I really wish we would get some more pure historicals, where it's not the Doctor saving the planet. It's just the Doctor caught up in events and trying to get out with his life and his companion's life, and ride off and go see another adventure. I would love for them to go back to that. It's kind of like the Caves of Androzani. If you think about it, could be a pure historical. It's just not our historical. It's not an Earth historical. But for the people on Androzani Major, 300 years from that episode, that could be history for them. Think of, there's a lot that happens in that story that could affect Androzani Major a lot and totally change what's going on that planet. Especially with Morgus, whatever his name is, being gone. He's a bit of a tyrant. The companies might run better without him. They got a new head president or whatever the guy he shoved down the elevator shaft is. Silas Check is gone. That could change how distribution works. That could be a moment that Androzani Major, 200 years in the future, 300 years in the future, causes a major historical moment, like us signing the Declaration of Independence or something. So it's interesting that something like the Caves of Androzani, which again is the Doctor getting caught up in events and just trying to get out of them with him and Perry, not necessarily trying to save the planet. If you think about it, Caves of Androzani could be a pure historical, just not a Earth history pure historical. It's an interesting way to look at it, I think. But getting back to the Highlanders, I did really enjoy it. It was a great watch through. It's nice to kind of cross another one I hadn't seen off the list. It's a good four-parter. The Telesnap Recon is good for what it is. The first two episodes kind of took some getting used to, but I liked episodes 3 and 4 a lot. And I love the way the actors are doing a lot of their roles. So the Highlanders, what do you think of it? Comment down below and let me know. Have you watched the Loose Cannon Telesnap, or do you prefer the Target novel? Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons: Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, Finn Perkins, and Unknown289. I do appreciate their continued support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list down there as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.